Welcome, my dear student friends. How are you all? I hope you are all doing fine and well. So, in today's topic, we are going for discussing about the processes. Okay. So, what is a process? What is a program? And what are the different states a process passes through? And what is a PCB? And how CPU switches from process to process. My name is Surya Bahadur, and I welcome you all to my channel Educate Youth. So, let's start the today's class. So let's start the today's topic. So today's topic is about the processes. Okay, so don't get afraid by seeing all those diagrams. Okay, so I'll give each and every diagram, I will explain it with clarity. Okay, fine. So let us first try to understand what is a process, right? So what is the definition for the process? Process is a program in execution, right? See, here the word program came, right? So process, what is a process? Process is a program in execution. Process क्या है? Process वो चीज़ है जो कि प्रोग्राम का पार्ट है एंड वो एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा है. ठीक है, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो राइट नाउ ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज ए प्रोग्राम. So program is a set of instruction which is residing in the secondary storage and it is in passive state. Understood? So program is a set of instruction which is residing in the secondary storage and it is in a passive state. What is a process? Process is a chunk of a program which is currently in execution. Understood? So एक एग्जाम्पल देखिए, आप लोगों को समझा रहा हूँ. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. 5 बच्चे हैं एक हॉस्टल में. ठीक है, तो एक रूम में 5 बच्चे हैं और पांचों बच्चे ग्रुप में रहते हैं. ठीक है, अब वो 5 बच्चे जब कॉलेज के लिए जाते हैं और जब कॉलेज पहुंच के अपने अपने क्लास में जाके पढ़ते हैं. ठीक है, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. प्रोग्राम, जो 5 बच्चे जो ग्रुप में हैं हॉस्टल में, वो प्रोग्राम हो गया. ठीक है, जब वो 5 बच्चे कॉलेज जा रहे हैं और अपने अपने क्लासेस में जाके बैठ रहे हैं तो वो प्रोसेस हो गया. ठीक है, समझ रहे हैं? वो जब ग्रुप में थे तो प्रोग्राम हो गया. ठीक है, अब जब वो हॉस्टल से बाहर आ गए और वो लोग डिवाइड हो गए और अपने अपने क्लासेस में जाके अपना अपना काम करने लगे, एग्जीक्यूट होने लगे. ठीक है, तो वो एक एक को हम प्रोसेसेस बोलेंगे. मतलब ग्रुप में प्रोग्राम थे, अभी बाहर आके क्लासेस में जाके अपने अपने क्लासेस में जाके पढ़ने लगे, वो प्रोसेसेस हो गए. तो ये जब ग्रुप में थे प्रोग्राम बोलेंगे, जब वो आउटसाइड क्लास में आ जाएंगे तो वो प्रोसेसेस हो गए. मतलब 5 प्रोसेसेस हो गए. ठीक है, समझ रहे? ठीक है, तो जब ही ग्रुप में थे तो वो प्रोग्राम हो गया. ठीक है, सो व्हाट इज ए प्रोग्राम? प्रोग्राम इज ए सेट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन व्हिच इज इन पैसिव स्टेट एंड रिसाइडिंग इन द सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज. सेट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन, right? When that particular program is divided into chunks and get executed, right? And that division, that chunks, that small part is called a process and which is in ready to get executed. Understood? So process is a program in एग्जीक्यूशन. समझ में आ गया? तो जो एग्जीक्यूट होने के लिए रेडी है उन लोगों को प्रोसेस बोलेंगे. वो एक्टिव है उन लोगों को प्रोसेस बोलेंगे. जब बच्चे कॉलेज में जाके पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे मतलब वो एग्जीक्यूट होना शुरू हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, मतलब अपना दिमाग चलना शुरू हो जाएगा. टीचर जो पढ़ा रहे हैं वो समझना शुरू कर लेंगे, तो वो एक्टिव स्टेट में आ गए. ठीक है, तो उसको प्रोसेस बोलते हैं. वो प्रोसेस प्रोग्राम का एक पार्ट है। वो 5 बच्चे वो हॉस्टल में जो रहते थे 5 बच्चे ग्रुप में, उसका पार्ट है, ठीक है। तो इसको प्रोसेस बोलेंगे, वो उसको प्रोग्राम बोलेंगे। जो आराम से बैठा हुआ है हॉस्टल में, उन लोग को वो ग्रुप को प्रोग्राम बोलते हैं। जो बाहर आके काम करेंगे तो उसको प्रोसेस बोलेंगे, ठीक है, समझ में आ गया। सो डेफिनेशन फॉर प्रोसेस, प्रोसेस इज ए program in execution. Okay, what is a program? Program is a set of instruction which is in passive state and residing in the secondary storage device, right? Okay, see, processes, when it starts execution, that means I have explained about the details of your process flow, the direction of the process flow in your computer system in my previous videos. Okay, so if you haven't watched till now, you can go back and understand properly in my previous videos. Okay, the flow, okay, flow of the processes. Okay, first of all, the processes will come from secondary storage to the RAM. It has to come to the RAM. From RAM, it has to go to the processor for execution, right? This is the flow, right? So when the processes is active, it comes to the RAM, right? Now a process can pass through 5 states in its lifetime. Okay, a process can pass through 5 states. What are the 5 states? New, ready, running, waiting and terminated. In its lifetime, it can pass through 5 states. Okay, so the process has arrived into the RAM, right? So when it has arrived into the RAM, it is in the new state, right? So right now, from the new state, it has to go to the ready state. So try to understand, it is still in the RAM only, right? The process has been created. Who is responsible for creating the process? Your operating system. Operating system will divide your program into several chunks, and that several chunks are known as the processes, right? So those processes, to be active, it has to come to the RAM. Okay, प्रोग्राम है, प्रोग्राम सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज डिवाइस में पैसिव स्टेट में बैठा हुआ है, ठीक है। प्रोसेस क्या है? वो प्रोग्राम को सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज डिवाइस से उठा के लाना, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम करता है ये सब, ठीक है। सेकेंडरी स्टोरेज डिवाइस से उठा के ला के रैम में रखना, और जब रैम में पहुंच जाते हैं वो प्रोग्राम, तो वो स्मॉल चंक्स में डिवाइड हो जाते हैं, जो कि ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम करता है, और वो स्मॉल चंक्स को अब प्रोसेस बोलते हैं। समझ में आ गया? सो व्हेन इट हैज अराइव्ड इनटू द रैम, द फर्स्ट स्टेट you call it as a new state. That means newly it has been created, right? So it is in new state right now, okay, and it is in the RAM. So from new state it has to be get processed. That's why it came to the RAM. इसको प्रोसेस होना है प्रोसेसर में जाके, ठीक है। So that's why it has come to the RAM. So right now when it has arrived into the RAM, it is in the new state, okay. So from the new state it will move to the ready state. मतलब अब प्रोसेसर में जाने के लिए पूरा रेडी है, ठीक है। फ्रॉम न्यू स्टेट अभी रेडी हो गया, ठीक है, अभी रेडी। तो उस स्टेट में जब हो जाता है तो वो प्रोसेस को हम रेडी स्टेट में बोलते हैं। रेडी स्टेट मतलब वो अभी तक रैम में है, रैम से निकलने के लिए रेडी है। इट इज स्टिल इन द रैम एंड इट इज रेडी टू एक्वायर द प्रोसेसर फॉर गेटिंग प्रोसेस्ड। सो दैट स्टेट वी कॉल इट एज ए रेडी स्टेट। अंडरस्टूड? राइट नाउ अब रेडी हो गया तो अब प्रोसेसर में अंदर घुसना है, ठीक है। सो व्हेन दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस enters into the RAM, enters into the processor, it comes into the running state. मतलब वो execute होना शुरू हो गया। So in the ready state it is still in the RAM. So when that particular process enters into the running state, it comes to the processor, CPU, ठीक है. See, when a process is executing in the processor, many things can happen over here. A process, for example, a process is executing in the processor, right? It can complete its execution and it can get terminated. That is one option. What is the another option? It can go to the waiting state. Why it should go for waiting state? It can move to the waiting state also. See, here your process scheduling algorithm or the CPU scheduling algorithms are responsible for all those things. Okay, your a lot of CPU scheduling algorithms in the further topics I will be discussing, like your FCFS scheduling algorithm, priority scheduling algorithm, your round robin scheduling algorithm, and your SJF scheduling algorithm. So all those scheduling algorithms are there. These are the part of the operating system only. It is inbuilt in your operating system. Whatever the operating system you are using, Windows operating system, it is already inbuilt in that. Okay, it comes with the operating system only. The scheduling algorithms, okay, round robin, very famous scheduling algorithm, FCFS. Okay, so those scheduling algorithms will be getting implemented here. Okay, for example, if your operating system is using the priority scheduling algorithm, so what the priority scheduling algorithm says that when a process is getting executed, जब वो प्रोसेस एग्जीक्यूट हो रहा है, एक प्रोसेस वो रनिंग स्टेट में है, प्रोसेसर में एग्जीक्यूट हो रहा है, तब प्रायोरिटी शेड्यूलिंग एल्गोरिथम वहाँ पे इम्प्लीमेंट होगा. मतलब इसका क्या है कि एक हाई प्रायोरिटी प्रोसेस आ जाता है. ये लो प्रायोरिटी प्रोसेस यहाँ पे एग्जीक्यूट हो रहा है, रनिंग स्टेट में है, तो उसी टाइम में एक हाई प्रायोरिटी प्रोसेस आ जाता है और ये प्रोसेसर को एक्वायर करने का कोशिश करता है. तो इन प्रायोरिटी शेड्यूलिंग व्हाट हैपेंस दैट the high priority process will be given the priority to get execute in the processor, and the low priority process has to come out from the processor, right? So when high priority process enters, low priority has to come out. Okay, so low priority, if it comes out, it will go and stay in the waiting state बेचारा. ठीक है, तो एक हाई प्रायोरिटी प्रोसेस आ गया, आके ये प्रोसेसर को कैप्चर कर लिया, कैप्चर करके वहाँ पे एग्जीक्यूट होना शुरू कर दिया. अब लो प्रायोरिटी प्रोसेस का हालत खराब. ठीक है, तो वो उसको निकलना पड़ा. ठीक है, वो निकल के वेटिंग स्टेट में आ जाता है. वन ऑफ द अनदर स्टेट ऑफ योर प्रोसेस, ये वेटिंग स्टेट में आ जा रहा है, दैट लो प्रायोरिटी प्रोसेस. Right? So see here one more term is there that is very very important. You need to understand system call. System call. What is system call? So try to understand what is system call. So we'll understand the system call by one example. So I'll give one example. So think that you have purchased a computer system by investing a lot of money, okay, and you have brought the computer system at your home. वो घर में लाते हैं तो आप लोग एक्सपेक्ट क्या करते हैं वो कंप्यूटर सिस्टम से? आप लोग यही एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि वो कंप्यूटर सिस्टम आपको अच्छा सर्विस दे. ठीक है, दैट इज योर एक्सपेक्टेशन, राइट? सो व्हाट इज सिस्टम कॉल? ये ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज प्रोवाइडिंग वन इंटरफेस और सर्विस to the processes and programs so that the processes and programs can interact with the computer system and solve it internally. Here, any minor problem happens in your computer system, they will not be directly complaining the user. क्यों यूजर को कंप्लेन करना? Why to complain the user? They have invested a lot of money. The computer system has to give the service. So small problem. Why to give the complaint to the user so that the user will come and solve that? that doesn't happen. Okay, what happens that when the processes are executing inside the processor, the process is facing some problem, and it wants to get rectified. So operating system comes to help him. Operating system is the manager, as I said you. Operating system, what is operating system? Operating system is a system software which is responsible for managing and controlling all your hardware and software resources, right? So it acts like a manager. Operating system acts like a manager. So when small problem arises in your computer system while your processes are executing, at that point of time small problem will be addressed to the operating system, not to the user. I am the user. The small problem will not be directly coming to me. The small problem will be addressed to the operating system, so that the operating system will be solving that problem. Understood? So that addressing of the problem to be solved is known as the system call. Okay, that means एक प्रोसेस को प्रॉब्लम फेस करना पड़ रहा है, तो वो किसको जाके बताएगा? ये ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम को जाके बताएगा, ताकि ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम उसके रेस्क्यू में आ जाए और वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दें. ठीक है? सो दैट द प्रोसेस which is addressing to the operating system is the system call. So your operating system is giving the interface to the processes to get the problem solved. Okay, so process will be interacting with the operating system, solve my problem, I got the problem, I am having the problem, so solve my this problem. Okay, so the process will be addressing the operating system, and the operating system will rectify their problem. Okay, understood? So इस केस में यहाँ पे देखो system call, that means for example the high priority process wants to enter into the processor and the low priority process is complaining right now. Okay, so low priority process complain कर रहा है, तो complain किसको करना जाएगा? यूजर को नहीं करेगा. complain किसको करेगा? ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम को करेगा. वो मैनेज और कंट्रोल कर देगा ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. सो when the low priority process start complaining, that means that process is giving the system call. Okay, starts complaining to the operating system. Now the operating system comes to rescue. So here the scheduling algorithms are very important. Okay, so priority scheduling, FCFS scheduling algorithms are getting implemented over here. Okay, so that is called the system call. Understood the system call? So many of you are having the doubts in system call. Okay, so that means any process is interacting with the operating system to get its problem solved. Okay, right now one process which is a low priority process, right now when the high priority process attacks the processor, now the low priority process which is running inside the processor will give his problem. So operating system come to my rescue because my high priority process is trying to make me out of the processor. That complaint the process which is running in the processor will do with the operating system. So operating system will come to the rescue, and the operating system will say that okay, you are the low priority process, come out and be in another state, waiting state. Understood? And the high priority process will be acquiring the processor. Okay, so understood the meaning of the system call? Okay, fine. So when a process comes out, it will be in the waiting state. So after completing its waiting, it has to resume it again. So it will come back to your ready state again. Okay, so ready state again. So from ready state again, when the high priority process will be completing its execution, that will be getting terminated, and again the process which is in ready state will be entering into the processor for executing. That means coming to the running state. So who is all doing all those activities? One scheduler is there, CPU scheduler. So scheduler will be responsible for scheduling all those activities. So scheduler is nothing but it is also a system software which comes along with your operating system only. Okay, it is a system software only, right? So the job of the scheduler is to schedule the processes in a effective manner, right? So that it will be doing. Okay, you understood the process states, various process states. First new state, then ready state, then moving to running state. Okay, so if something happens in the running state, it can move to the waiting state. If something happens due to external events happens, and for that reason also the process has to come out. Okay, so it is interrupted and it can go to the ready state. Two ways are there. Okay, so in this way also, in this way also. So if successfully the process will be completing its execution, means it will be exiting and it comes to the terminated state. So this is the 5 states a process can pass through. Understood? Okay, fine. So come to this diagram. PCB. PCB is a process control block. What is PCB? PCB is a process control block. Okay, PCB is a process control block. So what is process control block? Process control block is nothing but it is the details of a single process. A process, when a process has been created in the new state, it has to maintain, your operating system will manage in such a way that the process is having its own identity. Its identity is generated, right? So what is its name, what is its number, how it will be getting processed, when it is in running state, what is its status. Okay, so everything is being mentioned and maintained properly. Okay, when a process is newly created, and what all information will be having PCB? All the detailed information about a single process, every process. We can name it at PCB0, PCB1, PCB2. That means the information of the 0th process, the information of the 1th process, the information of the 2th process. Okay, 3rd process, 4th process. All the information of the individual processes will be managed, and its identification of that process is being given by the operating system, right? So it contains the information like process state, what is its number, what is the program counter, registers, memory. Okay, all those information about a particular process will be maintained until that process is getting terminated. Okay, information of that particular process, okay, will be having in the PCB block. Okay, that is known as the process control block. Okay, understood this one? Okay, fine. So right now see this diagram. CPU switch from process to process. So why this CPU has to switch from process to process? Due to some external events, external interrupts, or due to system call. So it has to switch from process to process, as I have explained over here. What is system call, right? So process has to give its access to various processes due to external events or interrupts or system call, right? So you can see we are having the two processes here, process P0 and process P1, right? So this is the execution line of the process P0, this is the execution line of the process P1. So how they will be utilizing the processor, so that it is being shown here, right? So I mentioned here operating system here. So it is in execution. P0 starts execution in the processor. That means it is in running state. Okay. So it starts execution, right? starts execution. So in the black dotted lines I have shown P0 starts execution, that means it is in running state. So when P0 is in running state, one system call happens, that means P0 is being interrupted due to system call. That means some higher priority process might be wanting to enter into the processor. Okay, so P0 right now complains to the operating system, that means system call to the operating system, right? So it has to be right now has to exit out from the processor to make the processor ready for the high priority process, right? So which one is the high priority process? P1 wants to enter here into the processor, right? So what happens when the system call happens? P0 has to come out from the processor, right? So when it comes out from the processor without completing its execution, then the process has to maintain its identity. If it loses its identity, means it will be lost forever. So it will maintain its identity and keep its all the execution details in its PCB, process control block. How much it has executed, how much it has more to be getting executed, because it has to come out again, it has to go to ready and start from where it has completed. Okay, so it keeps all the information in the PCB0. Process P0 will be keeping all its detailed information in the PCB0, right? Right now P0 from here it goes in idle state, that means it may be in waiting state, it has come to the waiting state, right? So it goes in the idle state, right? That means it is not executing, that means it has come out due to some external events like system call. Okay, right now P1 enters. Okay, P1 enters into the processor. Okay, so its information, it will just extract the information of the process P1. So all the information will be there in the PCB1. Okay, so it start execution, right? It start execution from here. Up to here it was in idle. So when the system call happens in for process P0, P0 comes out, then P1 enters into the processor for execution. And all the information of the P1 will be kept in the PCB1. So right now PCB1 starts execution. Okay, so here it starts execution. Okay, so when process P1 was executing, again the system call happens. The P1 is being interrupted due to some event. The P1 is getting interrupted. So P1 has to come out. Okay. So up to here the process P1 has executed, right, PCB1, and right now when it's turn to come out, it will store all its related information in the PCB1, then only it will come out, so that when later on it comes for execution again, all the details could be identified easily. Okay, so PCB1 will come out from the processor, right? So due to system call it has to come out, then it goes in the idle state again, then PCB0 has interrupted. Okay, PCB0 turn comes again. Okay, so how your processor will be identifying up to what the process P0 has already completed its execution? By taking the information from its process control block. Okay, so PCB0, from PCB0 all information will be gathered, then it enters into the processor and starts execution from where it was interrupted. From that point only it will start execution. Okay, so this is how the CPU switches from process to process due to any interrupt or the system call, right? So this is all about your processes. What is a process? What is a program? What are the various states a process can pass through? What is a PCB, process control block? How your CPU switch from process to process. So this is the very important topic that you should learn, and you need to understand very properly. And what is system call? Very important. You might have understood what is system call. If you haven't understand, you can go back again and start the video, and and in a very peaceful mind you try to understand. Definitely you will learn it. Okay, we'll be stopping right now. Okay, so we'll meet in the next lesson. For the time being, I'm stopping. Thank you. Namaste.